But disclaimer before we get going here, my mics died, so they're in the middle of charging. I'm using the mic directly from the camera. I'm really hoping this video turns out. Cross my fingers, that'll be perfectly fine. Halloween is right around the corner. It's not my favorite season in the world, but I thoroughly enjoy all of the Halloween labels out there. Because I love this label, I'm going in with Hendrix Classic & Company The Fixer. There is something about this label that, to me, it's like, yeah, that feels like a Halloween kind of soap. So this was inspired by, and I apologize if I'm butchering this, De Marly Layton. With that fresh citrusy scent mixed with some warmth, it is perfect for a day like today because it is brisk outside and the sun is shining. This feels like a great soap for today. And I'll be lathering up with my Aylsworth Altare, the G5C synthetic knot. And I think this is the first time I'm doing this on this channel. I'm shaving 2 days in a row. So to take down 1 day's worth of growth, I'll be using my newly acquired Alpha Guido stainless steel. I'm still just so in awe of how beautiful this razor is and how extremely efficient it is. Once the 1 day's worth of growth is gone, I'll be splashing on HC&C The Fixer. And you might think it's done there, but it's not. I'll be ending off entire shave with Hendrix Classic & Company The Fixer EDP. I was speaking to a friend of mine on Facebook Messenger, and she had mentioned, why do you look at the good in everything? In every negative situation, there is always a positive. Every single time. I understand that sometimes seeing that positive is extremely difficult to see, but it's always there. I'll give you 2 of my examples. At 17, I had a stroke, brain surgery. I went from being your typical average 17-year-old kid who played sports, hung out with friends, did everything a typical 17-year-old kid would do. One day I was able to walk. The next day I collapsed because I couldn't move the left side of my body. I had to relearn how to walk again. I had to relearn how to eat again. I basically had to relearn how to do everything all over again. Most people, when they see me, would think that there's no way that ever happened until I showed them the scars. But I overcame that. And I don't want to make this video 3 hours long, but I ended up finding the positive within all that negative. Then I got married. My wife and I have 2 beautiful daughters. Now, to make another very long story short, one day my wife collapsed, went to the hospital, and she passed away. Suddenly and without warning. Leaving me an unwanted single father who had to grieve and deal with that trauma. Again, I don't want to make this a 4-hour video. I found positives within that. So whatever negative situation you're going through, yes, there is a positive within it. It just might be extremely difficult to find. But if you're open to it, you're ready to see it, it will be there and it will help you guide you through whatever it is you're going through in your life. Once you're able to constantly see the positive in everything in life, you're going to live a very positive life. On with the shave. So you're going to be starting to shave off with Uccello Rosa. I've used this pre-shave oil a few times and I'm really getting to love it. Now, Uccello Rosa is an extremely new company. I recommend, if you're interested, heading over to Instagram, following Isaac at Uccello Rosa 84. I'll leave his handle down below here. Reach out to him. This stuff has been quite nice and a perfect addition to my pre-shave routine. Again, guys, if you're interested, go reach out to Isaac. All right, let's go ahead and load the brush. All right, my brush is nicely loaded and it's ready to be painted on. All right, let's go ahead and toss in a Persona Platinum. All right, this beautiful stainless steel Alpha Guido is loaded, ready to take down 1 day's worth of growth. Another great thing about this shave, I can let you know if this Guido would be a great daily shaver. If you've been watching my videos for the last while, you'll know how much I love HC&C. Peter over at HC&C, honestly, is a wizard. This soap smells so good. Just knows how to do it. All right, guys, another thing I need to mention. This washroom that I shave in is down in the basement. It is right next to my furnace. So you may hear a lot of humming. I'm gonna try to keep that out, but just to give you a heads up, if you're like, whoa, dude, what's with all the humming? That's where it's coming from. So let's get on with that shave. All right, there you have it, guys. First pass is done. That was fantastic. Let's go ahead and get in there with that second pass. There you have it, second pass in the books. Feels like I still might need that third one. So hold tight, let me get in there with that third pass. Oh yeah, that third pass was definitely needed. This feels like a fantastic shave. Let me go ahead, wash off the rest of the soap, finish off the rest of the shave, and I'll share a bit of my thoughts on the products that I used for today. Stick around to the end. All right, let me go ahead and get in there with my Parker's Alum Block. All right, I gotta say, there is a very slight stinging, a little more than what I'm used to. After using it a number of different times, I gotta say it's more on the mild side. So I do find I press a little harder when it comes to milder razors. Right, so while the alum has been sitting on my face, I've gone ahead and I've cleaned my area. The Alpha Guido is all cleaned up. It's ready for its next use. The Aylsworth Altare is all cleaned up and it's ready for its next use. So what I'll do now is go ahead and wash off the alum. So the alum is all washed off and my face is ready for some Thayers. Lately, I've been combining the clear Thayers with the hydrating milky toner Thayers. For this shave, I'm just gonna do it a little differently. I'm gonna combine the hydrating milky toner Thayers with my aftershave splash. Next, let's go ahead, splash on some HC&C The Fixer aftershave splash. Now that I have the splash in hand, I'll go ahead and add some of the hydrating milky toner to it. I find that Thayer's hydrating milky toner combined with an aftershave splash that has a good amount of alcohol in it turns it into skin food. This aftershave splash scent is so good. Make sure to pick up HC&C Fixer right away. All right, let's go ahead and finish off the entire shave with Hendrix Classic & Company The Fixer EDP. Alright guys, there's the end of the shave. My face feels so good right now. It smells fantastic in here. Let me go ahead and share my thoughts on some of the products I used for today's shave. Let's start with the Alpha Guido. This thing is blowing my mind on how good it is. Like I had mentioned before, this is more on the mild side than the medium. After using it a few times, I'm really understanding how aggressive this thing is. So if you are a daily shaver or you're somebody that has sensitive skin, this might be a very good option for you. And the fact that it's about $100 American, you get the safety bar, you get the open comb, as well as a stand, and it's stainless steel. You can't go wrong with this, guys. And next, let me give my thoughts on the Aylsworth Altare with the G5C synthetic knot. I think I had mentioned this in a previous video, but a friend of mine has the G5C synthetic knot, and he's not overly impressed with it. He says it is too hard and scratchy. I told him, keep using it because this knot, even though it's synthetic, has a bit of a breaking in period. I've been using my Altares for a little while now, and they are fantastic in my opinion. I don't find them scratchy at all. I find them very soft. So if you're interested in an Altare, head over to Aylsworth and check them out over there as well. Next, HC&C The Fixer. Guys, you know how much I love HC&C. I have a number of their different soaps and splashes and EDPs. I haven't found one that I haven't liked yet. This thing is amazing. The scent within just the soap alone is so good. The lathers are thick and slick and extremely protective. If you're looking for a great soap, guys, head over to HC&C and grab The Fixer, and then you can thank me later. Now, I was going to talk about the splash as well, but I'll just do a 2-in-1. The HC&C Fixer splash was a perfect build-up to HC&C Fixer EDP. This EDP is so fresh, but so warm at the same time. The only way you're gonna understand what I'm talking about is picking one up yourself. So guys, if you're looking for a great EDP with some nice citrusy freshness to it, but there's also some warmth within the EDP and splash, this thing is so good. And there you have it, my thoughts on what I used for today. My friend, where there's an up, there's a down. Where there's a hot, there's a cold. Where there is something negative going on in your life, there's also something positive. Keep searching for that positive, my friend. Once you figure out that yes, there is always good within the storm, you'll conquer anything in life. On that note, you make it a great shave, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.